What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey672 coming to you guys with a video right now. So, Alex Singleton. It's going to be really tough to lose Alex Singleton if that actually does happen, guys, because Alex Singleton is now tendered, unrestricted, restricted. Not going to be able to talk to any teams. So when these players get tenders, that means they cannot talk to teams. Those teams have talked to the Eagles about acquiring that player, so they pretty much have to offer something for that player. And if the Eagles can't top that, then that team will give compensation, a draft pick, whatnot. I don't know what kind of tender it is, as in draft pick. There's second round tenders, third round tenders. So I'm not really sure what they're going to get back for it. But if there's one player, and I know Boston Scott, Greg Ward, and Alex Singleton have been tendered, and all these players could be potentially gone. I think the one that we really need the most back this year is going to be Alex Singleton, and just being a tackling machine, blitzing. I mean, he's just gotten better every single week. Now, star of the 2020 season, we drafted Davion Taylor in the third round. We had Shaun Bradley on the roster. Guys really didn't get their chances. Nathan Gary was probably the promising veteran that was going to play better and finally molded into that linebacker that we wanted after being, drafted as a safety in Nebraska. So there was a lot of high expectation for Nathan Gary, but obviously it didn't go well. He was more than bad, and Jim Schwartz defended him every single week, which really just kind of ticked me off a little bit. It just put a bad taste in my mouth that he really just was playing favorites at this point. So I'm kind of glad, Jim Schwartz is gone. We have Jonathan Gannon as new defensive coordinator now, and how he's going to use all these guys. Now, Jonathan Gannon could see Alex Singleton and say, he's not really that type of linebacker that I do want. You could get guys in free agency that aren't expensive at all, that have familiarity with Jonathan Gannon, what he could do. You can get Anthony Walker from the Colts, linebacker. There's a lot of guys that you could get on cheap prove-it deals and see where they could fit in this offense. Because honestly, I don't see this team drafting a linebacker in the first round, Micah Parsons. I don't see it happening at all. But Alex Singleton would be a huge loss, because now if you lose Alex Singleton, there's nothing else behind that. I mean, there's really nothing else at all. I mean, Davion Taylor just needs, Davion Taylor and Shaun Bradley really need to step up this year. And it's really not their fault. I can't even put too much pressure on both of those guys, because last year, Davion Taylor, you draft him in the third round and you base off of who's starting in a game because of two scrimmages at Lincoln Financial Field last year. I mean, we had a real training camp, real OTAs. We really didn't have a real offseason last year. And to be smart, they weren't even smart about it. They did two scrimmages at the link, and they pretty much based off who was starting after those scrimmages. So it really made no sense at that point, what they were doing. But Alex Singleton, he just was the better man, just came out and just really, made the plays, made the calls. And I like his attitude. I like he's a great locker room guy. He's got a lot of passion. He's just all over the place. And, Alex Singleton definitely got some eyes. Definitely. He's definitely got some attention last year. There's no doubt about it. In 2020, he had attention. So, Alex Singleton could be something really good for us. And every year, since the Super Bowl, every year at the end of the year, we always find these players, these gems at the end of the year because of all these injuries. And then, the front office will take credit for all of it, which really just ticks me off as well. But Alex Singleton was just a pure OG at that linebacker spot. He really was. Now, his coverage, I don't say his coverage is superior or anything like that, but the guy could run and tackle. The guy could blitz. The guy could, man, it was just awesome to see. It really was. I remember against the Giants, Devonta Freeman was back there. I remember he went through the defensive line, blitzed through the defensive line, laid out Devonta Freeman, and then hit Daniel Jones right in the legs, or for whoever was quarterback that week. I mean, just crazy. He's just got a nastiness edge to him, and it's got to be definitely respected in a lot of ways. So I really don't want to lose Alex Singleton at all in 2021. Depending if, what kind of tender they have on him, and whatever team has talked to the Eagles to see if they up the offer or whatnot. I really hope they do retain him, and we'll see what happens when the time comes. So free agency is around the corner, guys, very soon. And we'll see what happens. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about Alex Singleton. Do you want him gone? Do you want him to stay? Because I have, if that's the case, these other guys really have to step up. Shaun Bradley, Davion Taylor especially. The guy didn't even start till week 10 of the season. Like he had him, he was a special teams guy, but the guy came in week 10 and he was horrible. Like he was really bad. And I can't blame Davion Taylor. The guy's not getting he's not getting his chance. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem I'm having. I mean, you draft a guy in the 3rd round, that potentially could be a role player at least, and you have him doing that. You know what I mean? And he's not getting the time that you should at least try. I mean, if we were losing every single game or most games, at least throw guys in to see what they've got. But obviously the Eagles, thought there was still a chance for the playoffs, and that's the decision that they made. So there are guys like I said, Shaun Bradley and Davion Taylor that really I think could really step up, but this coaching staff needs to evaluate better, and I think with the new coaching staff, I think they'll evaluate a lot better. So because Howie can bring in the talent, but when they're practicing on the field, these coaches are going to know who's going to be playing in games. And obviously Nick Sirianni has control of who plays every single week, offensive and defensively, definitely. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, follow us. Peace out, guys. Peace.